Khamzat Chimaev has captured the attention and respect of fight fans, analysts, and even fellow fighters for numerous reasons. One of the most obvious is his sheer dominance inside the octagon. From the moment he entered the UFC, he displayed a level of skill and ferocity that made him stand out. Fighters often take time to adjust to the elite level of competition, but Chimaev immediately imposed his will on every opponent he faced. His performances have been defined by an almost reckless level of confidence, as he has continuously shown no fear in walking through some of the toughest fighters in the world. His grappling ability is among the most feared in the sport. He is a smothering, pressure-heavy wrestler with an incredible ability to control his opponents. This isn't just a wrestler who holds position. He overwhelms his opponents with suffocating top control, relentless ground and pound, and an ability to secure submissions quickly. His technique isn't just effective, it's a level of dominance rarely seen in the UFC. Fighters who are good at wrestling often rely on a single approach, but Chimaev blends wrestling, submissions, and striking seamlessly, making it incredibly difficult for opponents to defend against him. His striking is another reason he is so widely respected. Despite his wrestling-heavy background, Chimaev is an exceptionally powerful and precise striker. His knockout power is evident, and his ability to put opponents away in mere seconds speaks volumes about his. Some wrestlers struggle to develop high-level striking, but Chimaev seems to have an intuitive understanding of timing, distance, and power, making him dangerous in every area of the fight. Another reason for the immense respect he commands is his attitude toward fighting. He isn't just competing for wins, he genuinely enjoys the fight itself. His willingness to fight anyone at any time has earned him admiration from fans and fighters alike. Unlike many athletes who carefully plan their next moves, Chimaev has been vocal about his desire to stay active and fight frequently. This willingness to step up against anyone, regardless of ranking or experience, has made him one of the most exciting figures in the sport. His toughness and resilience are undeniable. Fighters often claim to be warriors, but Chimaev has proven it time and time again. He has fought through adversity, including injuries, illnesses, and weight-cutting struggles, yet he remains focused and determined. His ability to push through physical challenges only adds to his aura of invincibility. Many fighters would crumble under the pressure of expectations, but Chimaev thrives in the spotlight, seemingly unfazed by the magnitude of his career. His training regimen is another reason people respect him. The stories from his gym are legendary, training multiple times a day, pushing himself to the limit, and constantly striving to improve. His work ethic is relentless, and those who train with him often describe him as a machine. Fighters who dedicate themselves to their craft to such an extreme level naturally earn admiration from fans and peers alike. His mentality is another aspect that sets him apart. He genuinely believes he is the best, and that confidence is infectious. Many fighters have self-belief, but Chimaev's is backed by his performances inside the cage. He doesn't just talk about being great, he proves it every time he steps into the octagon. His mindset is reminiscent of some of the greatest fighters in history, those who were willing to take on any challenge and believed in themselves completely. His background also plays a role in why he is respected. Coming from a tough upbringing, he has worked tirelessly to achieve his dreams. Fighters who have overcome significant obstacles in life tend to gain extra admiration, and Chimaev's journey from a struggling young athlete to one of the most feared competitors in the world is inspiring. His story resonates with fans who appreciate the sacrifices and hard work required to reach the pinnacle of the sport. Chimaev's ability to remain composed under pressure is another factor that adds to his respect. He has been put in tough situations in fights, yet he has always maintained his focus and executed his game plan. In high-stakes situations, many fighters lose their composure or make costly mistakes, but Chimaev remains as calm as ever, even when faced with adversity. His approach to fighting is also highly respected because he does not play it safe. Some fighters become overly cautious once they reach a certain level, opting for point-fighting strategies to secure wins. Chimaev, however, fights with aggression and urgency, always looking to finish his opponents. Fans and fighters alike appreciate competitors who bring excitement to the sport, and Chimaev delivers every time. The respect he commands isn't just from fans. His fellow fighters also acknowledge his abilities. Many high-level competitors have praised him for his skills, toughness, and work ethic. When elite fighters recognize someone as a legitimate threat, it speaks volumes about their ability. Even some of the biggest names in the sport have admitted that Chimaev is a dangerous opponent, which only solidifies his reputation. His personality also plays a role in his widespread respect. He has a unique blend of confidence, humility, and humor that makes him a compelling figure. While he talks trash and calls out opponents, he does so in a way that doesn't feel forced. He genuinely enjoys the fight game, and his passion is evident. His interactions with fans and the media show a charismatic side that makes him even more likable. Another major factor in the respect he receives is his versatility. He has competed in multiple weight classes and shown that he can dominate regardless of the division. Moving between weight classes is no easy task, yet Chimaev has managed to do so while maintaining his effect. This willingness to challenge himself in different weight categories further demonstrates his fearlessness and skill. The aura of invincibility surrounding him also contributes to the respect he garners. Many fighters have hype behind them, but few back it up as convincingly as Chimaev. His ability to dismantle high-level opponents with relative ease makes him seem almost unstoppable. While no fighter is truly unbeatable, the level of dominance he has shown makes it feel like he is on a different level from most of his competition. His ability to quickly adapt to different opponents is another reason for his high level of respect. Some fighters struggle when faced with opponents who present unique challenges, but Chimaev has shown an incredible ability to adjust his approach based on who he is fighting. Whether it's utilizing his wrestling against dangerous strikers or using his striking against strong grapplers, he always finds a way to impose his will. His ability to remain focused despite all the hype surrounding him is also impressive. Many fighters who rise quickly struggle to handle the pressure that comes with fame and expectations, but Chimaev seems completely unfazed. He continues to train, fight, and improve without getting caught up in the distractions that often derail promising careers. Chimaev also has a rare quality that separates great fighters from good ones. He makes high-level competition look easy. The best athletes in any sport have a way of making their craft appear effortless, and Chimaev does just that. His dominance inside the cage often looks almost too easy, making it clear that he operates at a level that few can match. One of the key differences between Chimaev and other Dagestani fighters is his preference for finishing fights quickly and violently. Fighters like Khabib Nurmagomedov and Islam Makhachev have built their success on methodical control, breaking opponents down over multiple rounds. Khabib, in particular, was known for his ability to take opponents into deep waters, wearing them out with suffocating top control before securing a submission or ground-and-pound finish. Makhachev follows a similar approach, focusing on clean, calculated grappling exchanges while maintaining strong defensive awareness. Chimaev, on the other hand, has a more reckless and ferocious approach. He doesn't just aim to dominate, but to obliterate his opponents in the shortest time possible. This was evident in his UFC debut performances, where he barely absorbed any strikes while dismantling his opponents with brutal efficiency. Another aspect that differentiates Chimaev is his striking. While many Dagestani fighters have solid striking, it is often secondary to their grappling. They use striking as a means to set up their takedowns, keeping things simple and efficient rather than engaging in prolonged stand-up exchanges. Chimaev, however, seems to enjoy striking just as much as wrestling. He possesses knockout power in his hands and isn't afraid to trade shots, as seen in his fight against Gilbert Burns, where he engaged in a 3-round war, showing his willingness to stand and bang. This kind of approach is less common among fighters from his region who typically prioritize control and efficiency over taking risks in striking battles. Chimaev's mentality is another area where he differs. Many Dagestani fighters adopt a composed and respectful approach to their opponents, rarely engaging in trash talk or excessive self-promotion. Khabib, for example, carried himself with a quiet confidence, only speaking when necessary and often reinforcing his religious and cultural values in interviews. Chimaev, by contrast, has a more boisterous and brash personality. He frequently calls out fighters, claims he will smash everyone, and carries himself with an aura of invincibility. While this self-confidence is common among fighters, his aggressive marketing strategy and ability to generate hype make him stand out even more. In terms of training philosophy, Dagestani fighters generally come from a background rooted in discipline, structure, and an almost militaristic approach to preparation. The training regimens in Dagestan are notoriously brutal, emphasizing long hours of wrestling, intense sparring, and relentless cardio. While Chimaev also comes from a wrestling background, his training methods appear to be more diverse. Training out of Sweden with the All-Stars Gym, he has access to a wide range of training partners and methodologies, incorporating Western-style striking and movement drills that some Dagestani fighters might not prioritize. This blend of European and Dagestani influences gives him a slightly different skill set compared to those who train exclusively in Dagestan under the traditional Sambo and wrestling-based system. Physically, Chimaev also presents a different frame compared to many of his Dagestani peers. He is exceptionally long and rangy for his weight class, allowing him to leverage his reach both in striking and grappling exchanges. While Khabib and Makhachev are stockier, built more for explosive takedowns and controlling positions, Chimaev's wiry frame allows him to be both powerful and dynamic. His ability to switch between overwhelming ground pressure and explosive striking gives him a more unpredictable edge in fights. Finally, the respect he commands comes from the fact that he is still improving. Despite already being one of the most dangerous fighters in the world, he continues to evolve. His hunger for greatness is evident, and he constantly seeks to sharpen his skills. This drive to keep improving ensures that he will remain a force in the sport for years to come.